Hey guys, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. Today I want to talk about the power of our choices when it comes to conflicts with our significant other. And there are 5 bad choices that I really do want to identify and explain to you about how important choices and decisions are, especially when we are having conflict with our partners in our relationships. We can either make the choice when it comes to disagreements that is either going to bring us together or drive us apart. And all too often, people in relationships are making decisions really without being aware of how their choices are negatively impacting not only the outcome of their disagreement that they're having, but can really impact the quality of their relationships. And so I wanted to really identify some 5 choices that people make during conflict that I think are bad, not necessarily good things to do. Now, there are times that maybe you might need to do maybe 1 or 2 of these, definitely not all, in certain circumstances, but it's very rare. And I'll explain kind of a little more as we go on. So let's identify, some of these choices that you could be making and talk about why they could be bad. So again, during conflict, maybe the first choice that I see that people make when they're having disagreements with their significant other is people staying quiet during the argument, shutting down, not talking. I can only see maybe a very small percentage of where that's necessary to do. Like if your partner is getting extremely escalated and angry and yelling, and no matter what you say, it's just heightening them. I could think that maybe in that type of a situation, people might choose to be quiet. But even better yet, you should be disengaging from the conversation and walking away versus staying there and having your partner be angry at you. But that being said, taking that scenario away, if you shut down during an argument and you stay quiet and you're upset with your other half and you want them to know that and you just don't talk to them, that can really hinder the solving of the conflict. So if you are the type of person that just doesn't say anything when you're mad or you're upset or you want your partner to know how mad you are, but you stay quiet to let them know, that's not a good thing. You need to express yourself. You need to start talking and communicating how you are feeling and why you are feeling that way, because that helps solve the solution. That helps resolve it, and that's really important. The second choice people make that I think is unhealthy is yelling during an argument. People want to raise their voice and yell, and they think that they could be heard more. They think that the partner will really understand how frustrated and angry they are, when in fact yelling really does cause a hindrance on the relationship and can really make it really negative, like your guys' dynamic together. So if you are a yeller, bring that down 10 notches. Do not yell. I have never yelled in my conflicts with my husband and my relationship because I know how unhealthy that is. I've never been a yeller. That's definitely not me. I know couples who have, and it never, ever helps the situation. So if you are yelling, stop that right now. The third choice that people make that are unhealthy for the relationship and are considered bad, in my opinion, is you're talking to other people instead of your significant other about your problems. Now, of course, we have friends that we want to go to and vent, and sure, I think identifying maybe 1 or 2 close friends who we can get advice on, and they're healthy for us and giving us advice. But the advice that they give us eventually should lead to us addressing our issues with our significant others. So if you're only talking to your support networks and you're not talking to your significant other about your issues are only going to be building up deeper inside until it explodes one day into some unhealthy, kind of like atomic bomb cloud that you don't want to happen. So stop expressing yourself to your friends and start addressing your issues and your problems to the actual person who matters in the situation, which is your other half. Another choice people make is this need to be right all the time. They just fight and they yell, they argue just because they want to be right and they want their significant other to see that and agree with them. When in reality, your need to be right can really overpower the fact of the need to really just be happy in the relationship. And in order to be happy, yes, you need to feel validated. You need to feel that your partner is hearing you, but your partner needs to feel that way as well. So if you're always going to be right, that is going to be an uphill battle for you and something you need to stop doing right now. The fifth poor choice, number 5, that people make in relationships is they are mixing the problem with the person, and it becomes a mesh. So, you are a liar, so somebody lied and therefore I am mad because you are a liar. You're mixing the problem with that person and you are identifying the issue with that person instead of saying, I do not like that you lied to me. That separates the problem from the person. You're not personally attacking the person and calling them a liar. You're saying, I do not like the behavior that you just did to me, and that's what I don't like, and that is the problem. So stop mixing the problem with the person, okay? That is when, it just gets more escalated and defense mechanisms go up, because we all make mistakes, but if you make that person into the problem, then that's going to be a bigger issue down the road. So you want to address the issue completely separate from the actual person, and you're actually probably going to get a lot further in terms of your dialogue and communication with your significant other to be able to problem solve the problem itself a lot more effectively. I hope these tips were helpful for you. I want you to think about them next time that you have an argument with your significant other, and if you're doing any of these 5 bad habits, I want you to stop them now. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment below or ask me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I'll see you guys next time for my next video. This is Kristen from Kristen Coaching, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.